Thank you, darling. Alright, hello everybody, I'm Andrew Hibbett, and this first song is about when I was a member of the Scouts over several years ago. And it's called the Peterborough All Saints Wide Game Team Group B. The wide game was a game that we used to play in Scouts. We'd go to the park after dark and basically run about. There was a local competition that took place every year. We needed a team that could win or at least come somewhere near. So the football heroes and the popular kids, the boys who got the girls, carried the hopes of all the troop. But there were two teams because there was a bedwetter, a backwards kid, a big fat lad and me, in the Peterborough All Saints Wide Game Team Group B. Skip took us all to one side and said, Scouts, do your best. Team A, I want you to go for the cup. Team B, try not get in a mess. The macho lads were confident, set off with fire and noise. Got into fights all that night and failed to score a point. But while we might have disappointed Lord Baden-Powell, we did surprisingly well. For a bedwetter, a backwards kid, a big fat lad and me, we were the Peterborough All Saints Wide Game Team Group B. And when we got back to the safety of the pack, they were surprised to see we had secreted in our bag a trophy inscribed with in second place. And then the following list of names: there was a bedwetter, a backwards kid, a big fat lad and me. It said the Peterborough All Saints Wide Game Team Group B. And if you're thinking this must be some metaphor for a way of life, you're right, madam, and I'll tell you something more. Since that day I've realised you can be a star no matter what you're not in life. Even if you are a bedwetter, a backwards kid or a big fat lad like me, you can join the Peterborough All Saints Wide Game Team Group B. Come join the Peterborough All Saints Wide Game Team Group B. I would like to perform for you now a song with sexual content. Several years ago, somebody said to me, why don't you ever write a sexy song? And I thought, I don't need to, it's all in the physical presence of me. Thank you very much. That's going on the posters. She loves it, good. Good to know. I read that on TripAdvisor, so that's good to know. So I wrote a song, but this song is about, it's sort of an advice song to gentlemen starting out on the road of sex. And this is some advice. Yeah. So next time you're making love to a gentle lady, think of me, and this will work. This is sex advice. This song is called If You're Too Turned On. If you're too turned on, work out complicated foreign phrases. What exactly is the German for this sauerkraut is overpriced? And if you're still turned on, actually ladies, you may not want to listen to this. This gives away some trade secrets that you may not be aware of. If you're still turned on, try reconstructing really boring bus routes. You can occupy your mind with double-deckers bound for Spinney Hill Rise. And if you suddenly turn psychic in my boudoir, you would find I've got the innovations catalogue on mind. I've got the films of Doug McClure upon my mind. If you're too turned on, you want to use Pythagoras' theorem. Or minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And if you're still turned on, use leaders of the British Labour Party, 'cause you can picture Harold Wilson booking UC Hugate skills eyes. And if you suddenly turn psychic in my boudoir, you would find I've got the 17 times table on my mind. I've got the history of democracy in mind. Oh, Enoch Powell, did you think you'd be remembered as the face that helped 1,000 nights go on 5 minutes more? Oh, Enoch Powell, you are the lockkeeper of love. There is a river that you're holding back, but it's not made of blood. And if you suddenly turn psychic in my boudoir, you would find I've got the things that really matter on my mind. I've got the things that really matter on my mind. Thanks. I used to play that song quite often, and then I did a gig in Brixton, and the people from the reggae sound system next door came in just on a bit about Enoch Powell, and it was too hard to explain. So this song is for young people. I keep reading these things about young people are advised to do 20 things before they're 30, and it's a load of old bollocks. And this is my song about it. This song is called 20 Things to Do Before You're 30. Learn another language, do a bungee jump, sort out your pension and love like nobody's ever loved. Swim with dolphins, have a business of your own. Write a novel, climb Mount Kilimanjaro. But if you're under 30, lucky you, I'd suggest your time's best spent not trying to improve. With 20 things to do before you're 30, what a crock of shit. 20 things to do before you're 30, here's a better bucket list. Smoke bananas, fall asleep on a train. Get so drunk that you hallucinate. Go out with someone awful, be friends with gits. Dye your hair, shave your head, go to lunch and come back pissed. Go to house parties, be a twat. Go to house parties. I just got excited and put the words on it. That's right. Go to house parties, get into debt, take laxatives to try and lose weight, smoke cigarettes in bed. 20 things to do before you're 30, this is not a plan. 20 things to do before you're 30, options not demands. Experiment with chili sauce, grow a beard, wear a long black leather jacket and pretend that you are weird. Set fire to the oven, forget to do Christmas cards, drink cocktails, go to laundrettes and pay for milk with a credit card. Because when you're well past 30 and you look back, you don't want to be thinking how cool you were, you want to think, God, what a twat. 20 things to do before you're 30, this is my advice. 20 things to do before you're 30, because in later life you'll be busy eating shortbread and collecting Allen keys. If you're wide awake at 4 AM, you'll be going for a wee. You'll live in mortal fear of having to buy shoes. If you've got an appointment at 10 PM, it'll be to watch the news. But whatever happens, you can relax, safe in the knowledge that you don't have to do any of the crap of 20 things to do before you're 30. No thanks, you're alright. 20 things to do before you're 30 do not apply 20 things to do before you're 30. Thanks very much. I would now like to do for you my hit. This is my hit. You may have heard of it if you spend a lot of time in computer rooms or basements. If you haven't, you may not. Actually, when I wrote this song, it was quite current and modern, but in later years it's become like folk music. For it refers to a world that is gone. This is a song about the home computing boom of the early 1980s, and this is called Hey Hey 16K. We bought it to help with your homework. We bought it to help with your homework and the household accounts. If your dad ever works it all out. Looks us in the library, writing down the pokes and beats, copying an access code. Get a taste for home taping, fetishist of map making. Rotten these and rubber keys, run and loading screens, and my minis, fingers crossed, hoping not to witness the terror of our tape loading error. We bought it to help with your homework. We bought it to help with your homework and the household accounts. If your dad ever works it all out. ZX Spectrum 81, Dragon Vic and Lorry 1, Commodore 64, Amsterdam and Acorn Electron, cheaper BBC Micron. Jessa Willy, Saber Wolf, Laws of Midnight Underworld, Dark of Transament Attack, and of course Manic Miner, The Hobbit, A Night Law and Elites. It made a generation who can code a bubble before proper consoles, who all know that the games you get today, well, they might be very flash, but they'll never beat the thrill of getting through Jetpack. Oh hey, hey 16K, what does that get you today? You need more than that for a lecture. Old school RAM packs are much better. Personal computer games just in case. 16K comes in competition pro, crash and cursor keys and go to Dixon's. And by the Saturday staff with loops that don't end. We bought it to help with your homework. We bought it to help with your homework and the household accounts. If your dad ever works it all out. Oh hey, hey 16K, what does that get you today? You need more than that for a letter. Old school RAM packs are much better. Hey, hey 16K, what does that get you today? You need more than that for a letter. Old school RAM packs are much better. So that was a strange song to do, like, I can see some people going, I remember all of what you're saying and understand it, and other people going, what the fuck are you on about, Grandad? I was there. I was there. So this next one is this is a middle-aged love song by Ray, and yeah, that's what it is. This is called You Make Me Feel Soft Rock. When you take my hand as we leave the pub, I feel like we've left Leytonstone far behind and we're walking in Hollywood. And when you smile at me, when I make the tea, when we get back home, I hear my denim rip, my t-shirt shrinks and I've lost 5 stone. Cause you make me wanna punch the air. I might look like a wazzock, but I don't care. I've got a wind machine, amazing hair. You make me feel soft rock. Is this the 257 or an F18? Am I on a bike in the gym or a silver dream machine? And when we're sorting out the shopping list, or you ring me up at lunch, I hear Fenders sing, and the things I think would make Prince Rogers Nelson blush. Cause you make me wanna punch the air. I might look like a wazzock, but I don't care. Got a wind machine and amazing hair. You make me feel soft rock. Oh baby, tonight we're gonna rock. We've got a half bottle of wine in the fridge and Doc Martin on the TiVo box. Get the Pringles open. We're gonna have a crazy night. I'll fill your hot water bottle, we'll have whiskey in bed and we'll listen to Radio 5. Cause you make me wanna punch the air. I might look like a wazzock, but I don't care. I've got a wind machine, amazing hair. You make me feel cool. See, change. You make me wanna punch the air. I might look like a wazzock, but I don't care. Got a wind machine, amazing hair. You make me feel soft rock. I'm very proud. There's a key change at the end. I'm very proud. I'm going to do three more songs. This song is a love song. This is about love within the information technology community. And this song called "It Only Works Because You're Here." The phone rings 9 times before he says yes. She's got a problem with Internet Explorer and he's the computer desk. He waits and takes the lift to her floor and says, "Show me the problem then." She's mildly mortified to find that everything's working again. She flushes bright pink, which he thinks is wonderful. She feels like such a fool, and so she says, "It only works because you're here. Before you came it was broken. It only works because you're here. You've got my windows to open." Weeks pass, and that's that, until he gets in late one day to see she's been and posted a post-it note onto his screen that says, "Could you pop up when you've got a minute?" He flies up 5 flights of stairs to find her computer rebooting. The main site IT guy sat in her chair. He's red-faced and out of breath, which she thinks is wonderful. She knows he wanted to help her, and so she says, "It only works because you're here. Before you came it was broken. It only works because you're here. You've got my windows to open." So he pops in to see her when he's passing, and also when he's not. She's fairly sure that he feels something for her, but can't say exactly what. He's nervous and he's shy, but that's part of the reason why she likes him. But the vague chance of romance is not enough reason for her to stay. He can't believe it when he hears that she's leaving from her whip-round wielding PA. There's not enough room on the card to fit all the words that burn in his heart. She's leaving, It's horrible. He doesn't know what to do until at her leaving do. He puts his hand to his heart and says, it only works because you're here. Before you came it was broken. It only works because you're here. You've got my windows to open, she says. Well, you've left it a bit bloody late, so let's not waste time now. I think you're great. They kiss, crowd cheers, main site IT guy goes home in a flood of tears. Thanks very much. So I think I'll just do one more song. That will be this one, because we want the sound of the ladies on, don't we? Really, I think that'll be easy. So I will finish with a song about this is about the two greatest bands who have ever emerged from Manchester. If anyone wants to debate these names with me, that will be fine. And I've been into Hibbett. Thanks so much for having me. It's lovely to be in Eston's people. And this song is called this song is called The Lesson of the Smiths. Morrissey, Marr and Barlow changed my life. They made the kind of music that I said I didn't like. Then one day I realised that I did. Watching Take That, in fact, performing at the Brits. Hearing Back for Good the first time, I thought from now on in life I'll like the things I like with an open heart. The crazy road of rock's an easy place to start. From here on in our base, my judgment not on baggage but on art. And from that day a voice in my head has come to me in times of doubt and said, remember the lesson of Take That. If a pile of pillocks pretend to like it doesn't mean it's crap. And remember the lesson of the Smiths. Just because a bunch of wankers like it doesn't mean that it's shit. You see, I didn't have that great a time in my later years at school. I didn't really like anyone, least of all the kids who were cool. I had to hate their music and therefore the Smiths became my epitome of all that I abhorred. But in later years, at indie discos with jumper stretch and specs akimbo, all I lacked was a quiff and a pocket of daffs. I could have seen them playing live, but alas, they split before my foolish pride decided not to be so daft. And when I contemplate the great mistake I made, a little voice pipes up to say, remember the lesson of Take That. If a pile of pillocks pretend to like it doesn't mean it's crap. And remember the lesson of the Smiths. Just because a bunch of wankers like it doesn't mean that it's shit. Now, I went out walking on a walk against the wall, and I noticed many banners had seen many walks before. The usual cliques of Marxo anarchistic sods who'll try to kidnap any demonstration, relevant or not. When I got so peeved I moved to leave when suddenly I heard a little voice inside me saying, Hibbett, don't be such a Burke. Look beyond the gits and hippies and you'll see 2 million people marching for something they believe. So what if there's 1,000 fuckwits here? Peace and love is still a fucking good idea. And remember the lesson of Take That. If a pile of pillocks pretend to like it doesn't mean it's crap. And remember the lesson of the Smiths. Just because a bunch of wankers like it doesn't mean that it's shit. Oh yes, if you're dismissing things because they're in with some other crowd, you will be the one who's missing out. Don't wait for a retrospective, come on, get into it now, or you will be the one who's missing out. You will be the one who's missing out. Thank you very much.
Enjoy the hoods.